Stoudemire again. Back up, count it, and one. Welcome back, Amari Stoudemire. Davis falls down, and he's hurt. Baron Davis sadly hurt that right knee. Bibby from the corner. Bang! James is open. James for three. Knocks it down. Anthony, one dribble. That's a three. It's good! Carmelo Anthony from way downtown. He's got 40.
We start at Madison Square Garden, where the New York Knicks hosted the Miami Heat in Game 4. And the roof was leaking at MSG.
The roof. I won't do it.
Just renovated that, right?
Sorry.
Amari Stoudemire back, though. That's good news. After missing Game 3 following left-hand surgery, and Bones, he got right to work.
Oh, what an emotional lift. You could see it in the crowd. You could hear it in the crowd. And Amari, with that big finish early, sent signs to the Heat. And look at this. Second effort, gets the offensive rebound. Not calling plays for him, just hard work from Amari Stoudemire on the interior.
It was a glitzy scene at MSG. Michael Douglas to the left, Pat Riley to the right, and LeBron James. He had 27, 4, and 4. Heat up by 2. Chris Bosh here hitting the jumper. 12 straight points for the Heat. They were up 10. And then Carmelo Anthony had 41 points and got it going in the second quarter.
He scored all over the basketball floor. The Heat had no answer for Carmelo Anthony's second effort. Right there, when he's scoring and they're giving him space like that, he's unguardable.
And when the Miami Heat are on the break, they're unstoppable as well. Wade to LeBron.
Yeah, you can't find a way to stop all of this wave of action coming at you with the Miami Heat. LeBron with the finish there, and then Dwayne Wade in the post taking advantage. Gets the spin move, opens up some space.
We go to the third quarter. Chris Bosh is going to take this feed and nail the jumper. He had 17 and 9. Miami up 11, looking good, but back come the Knicks. Tyson Chandler to Amari Stoudemire and one.
Well, that was a good catch and finish by Stoudemire right there. He has the big bandage on the left hand, but it did not inhibit him from catching the ball at all.
No, it didn't. He had 20 points and 10 rebounds. The Knicks get the steal. Carmelo Anthony takes the pass, lays it in. Knicks down 4. Phones moments later. J.R. Smith with the steal, hit a 3. Knicks down only 1.
Well, what fight for the New York Knicks today. You know, not wanting the season to end and just digging in, trying to get everything done that they possibly can. And the tragic news happened right here with Baron Davis.
Baron Davis dislocates his right kneecap. BD, all we can say is we love you, we're going to miss you, and get well soon.
Well, you said it, you know, as an aging player, you wonder if he'll be able to come back from that. We wish him all the luck in getting better.
Mike Bibby, 4-3, took the feed from Carmelo Anthony. The Knicks led by 4. We go to the fourth quarter. How about Chalmers to Wade?
A great baseline drive and then the drift. Usually that shooter stays in the corner. Wade does a great job of baseline cutting, getting the feed, and a great finish. Dwayne Wade with a big fourth.
The Heat took the lead by 1, and then Mike Bibby with the steal. Carmelo Anthony. I heard a tweet get him to the line, made the free throw. Knicks up by 1, and then the Heat would take a 1-point lead. And Dwayne Wade blocks Carmelo Anthony. Del, how about that?
Well, Wade has a lot of pressure because with LeBron James being the dominant defender, Wade doesn't get a lot of credit for his defense, but right there he meets Carmelo at the rim.
3 blocks, 4 steals for Wade in this game. Right here, puts it up with the left hand. He had 22, Miami up 2.
Yeah, 11 in the fourth, Rick. Like I said, a big fourth. So would he be the guy that they would go to late? We'll find out.
Carmelo Anthony hits the J. We're tied at 81, just over 2 minutes to go. What a ball game from MSG. Now, under a minute and a half to go. Mike Bibby from the corner gives the Knicks the lead.
Remember, Bibby was a member of this Heat team last year, so hitting the shot right in front of the bench, you know, that was big for him.
LeBron James with an immediate answer. We're tied at 84.
And Smith and Anthony miscommunicating there on the switch. They talked about it, but didn't matter. It was a tie game.
The Mellow Man. Yes, what a shot! 54.5 seconds left. Knicks up 87-84, and after a Heat turnover, Carmelo Anthony attempts the 3. Fouled by Shane Battier with 25.9 seconds left. Not a good spot for the Heat to be.
Now Shane gets his left hand up and gets the elbow, just barely grazing Melo's shooting elbow, but definitely a foul. Carmelo stepping in the line at a big moment.
And he missed the first. Del, he's got to hit the second, right?
You would think so. Big guy like that, he loves this opportunity, not able to do it.
Wow, he hit the third, so the Knicks could have gone up 6. They go up only 4, and then LeBron James comes right back. Are you kidding me?
I can't believe that play by LeBron. He spin move, gets into the middle. Chandler back there. Defensive Player of the Year picks up his 6th foul, and LeBron James to the free throw line.
He hit the free throw to make it a 1-point game. Amari Stoudemire split a couple of free throws, so a 2-point Knick lead. Closing seconds, and this last chance for the Heat. Del Curry, tell me about this look from Dwayne Wade.
Well, it's a tough shot. It's good D right there by Amari, he forces them to the help. And look at the good switch right there by Landry Fields. Forces Wade into an extremely difficult shot. And the Knicks able to hold off with good defense right there. You don't expect that from the Knicks. But again, with Tyson Chandler being out, they really buckle down and play good team defense.
Yeah, two separate switches on the play between Fields and Amari. And they get the big stop. They extend their season, Rick, and they end that streak.
The New York Knicks get their first playoff win since April of 2001, snapping a 13-game losing streak, which still stands as the longest in NBA playoff history. The New York Knicks win Game 4, and they keep this series alive. The final 89-87. It was a thriller. It was entertaining. And for Miami, they miss a chance for their first sweep since 2005 against Washington. The Heat are 4-12 this year when held under 90 points. David Aldridge was in New York covering this great game, and he starts his Game 4 recap with Tyson Chandler.
Knicks survived by 2. Game 5 Wednesday in Miami. Tyson Chandler, how'd you do it?
You know what? I'm looking forward to this next game. The only thing we had to do tonight was come out here and get a win and try to survive. We got to go game by game now.
Carmelo Anthony obviously was enormous today with 40 points. Just describe the energy he gave you and gave your team.
He played incredible. You know, he came over there, I think, for about 2 minutes. For the start of the fourth quarter, they went on a little run, and Coach said, "You ready?" Threw him right back in and went right back to work.
We just had so many, it was so many problems, you know, that we had and, you know, that we can easily avoid. So, you know, we just have to move on.
On the last play, you were sort of left there in the left corner by yourself. Was there any chance of you getting involved? Was it drawn up that way? And were you surprised the way you had it going that you didn't get to touch the ball on that final possession?
Well, I know that, you know, for the most part that Melo was going to try to deny me. So we came out of the timeout, going to pick and roll with, you know, D-Wade and CB, you know, knowing that they was going to create a switch. So D-Wade was going to have, you know, the foot speed to mismatch over Omari. And, you know, I felt like he got into the lane and, you know, almost he had a good look, you know, initially and ended up dribbling out for a 3.
It looked like Dwayne had an opportunity to get into the paint. And I think he lost his handle for a count and it became a broken play at that point.
You know, when he lost the ball a little bit going to the basket, I figured he's just going to, he's like, you know what, we go for the win. If not, you know, try and beat us at home. I mean, that would be my mindset. But, I mean, when he took the fadeaway 3, it was kind of like a deep breath everybody took. And when it hit the rim, it was the side, just get the rebound.
You know, for me personally, you know, I would love to have the ball. But, you know, as a team, you know, we all win games together and we lose games together, so that's all that matters.
The Knicks answered the bell on Sunday, but many questions remain as the series shifts back to Miami for Wednesday's Game 5. First and foremost, will the Knicks have enough bodies to field a quorum? New York lost its starting point guard Baron Davis to a gruesome dislocated patella on Sunday, and though tests are pending on Monday, no one expects he'll be back this season. That means that Mike Bibby will probably get the start. But what about Jeremy Lin? The sensation had said earlier that if this series is extended to a Game 5 or 6, he may be able to recover or return after his knee surgery a month ago. We'll see about that. From Miami's standpoint, will the Heat regret not closing out a Knicks team that, at least for one game, finally had both of its star players contributing at the same time? That's the story from Madison Square Garden. I'm David Aldridge.
David, fantastic work as always. We appreciate it, man. All right, Carmelo Anthony, Knicks fans appreciating him. 41 points, one off his playoff career high. It's the 4th time he's gone for 40 or more in a playoff game. Bones, 41 points in 41 minutes. That's a nice day of work.
Well, I think alongside of that, Rick, the usage rate. I mean, Carmelo's trying to do everything with the basketball, and the fact that he only had 1 turnover in this basketball game, I think Mike Woodson deserves a lot of credit throughout the course of this series, trying to find ways to get Carmelo Anthony going offensively where he can stay in a rhythm. You remember in the first couple games, they were doing a great job of fronting him, had problems getting him the ball because of the point guard play. He's done a good job of putting in some sets, Dell, where he's given the ball to Carmelo Anthony in situations where he's facing the basket, he can see the entirety of the defense, and he can go at Shane Battier when he's on the move. Shane is a great defender if he's able to put his body on you, but once he gets moving, it's tough for Shane to slow him down. And then once Carmelo gets going offensively, it's tough for anybody to shut him down. So fantastic job by Carmelo, putting the team on his back. The contributions on the interior by Amari Stoudemire and his focus give the Knicks a win in the series.
Del, talk about how competitive Carmelo Anthony is.
Well, I love the fact that they gave him good space to work in. You said he's a competitive guy. This is the time that he wants to shine. He wants the ball in his hands whenever the game is on the line. Again, only 29 shots. And, you know, he's highly guarded. They're trying to send him into the help situation. He understands that. And without a good point guard to set up and create for others, Carmelo has to create for himself. He's able to do that because he has the length on most nights that he's being guarded by shorter players.
The New York Knicks had 2 players reach double figures in this Game 4 victory. Melo with 41, Amari with 20. Unbelievable, and they get the victory. I want to talk to you guys, Bones, you first, on who takes the last shot for the Miami Heat. You saw LeBron James. Wade misses it. He kind of showed some frustration there at the end. You heard his comments after the game. If you're Eric Spoelstra, who are you drawing up plays for?
Well, again, I think all the matchups dictate what it is you're going to run. And in this case, in the last play of this game, I know LeBron was having a pretty good fourth quarter, but Dwayne Wade had 11 of his 22. Early part of the fourth quarter, it looked like Dwayne Wade was ready to dominate that entire period. He didn't touch it for a stretch and then got the last possession. They got the switch. They didn't create enough space. Dell and I watched the play several times. They didn't create quite enough space because as he makes the penetration, Landry Fields is back there to catch him on the move the second time and switch back off. So poor execution down the stretch, but hey, they had the right matchup. Amari Stoudemire guarding Dwayne Wade. I think it was the right play. It just got broken up.
And, Del, let's talk about bench play in this game. The Miami Heat bench scored 9 points on 3 of 9 from the field. New York was 7 of 23 off the bench, but they got 20. Does the Miami Heat bench concern you as they move forward in these playoffs?
It really does. You know, we've seen guys get banged up here in the playoffs. If someone goes down, they've got to have somebody to step in. Mike Miller was brought in. He didn't shoot the ball well, only 1 of 5 today. Battier was brought in to play defense. He fouled Carmelo Anthony in the crucial time of the game and Joel Anthony at the center spot. So they're very weak on the bench. They have to stay healthy, and I think that's why they wanted to close this series out so they could get their regulars rest. They weren't able to do it, so another game they'll play against the Knicks.
The New York Knicks are still alive, and Game 5 comes your way Wednesday night from American Airlines Arena at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on TNT. If necessary, Game 6 back in New York on Friday.
And that gives us, you know, at least 2.5 days to talk about whether Jeremy Lin is going to be playing in that game or not. That should be pretty exciting. Let the soap opera that is the New York Knicks continue.